everyone, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Adelina and I make videos about living in that tiny house on wheels right behind you and living a more intentional life. Today we're going to do an unboxing. I am unboxing these window screen vents that I ordered. I have an open package. I've waited for you guys. I want to see how they look, give you my opinion on them. Try them out because it is supposed to rain later today, so I thought it was the perfect day to try these out, to open these up. I did purchase these with my own money, so just so you know that, I'm not sponsored or anything like that. I just have always wanted to have something that I could have on my windows to allow some air ventilation, even if the weather wasn't great, if I was cooking in here or something like that. So we're going to see what these are like. I'm going to bring you inside. We're going to crack this open and we're going to give them a try. All right, let's get this box open. Interesting. So this company is in Quebec and the company is called Screes, and I ordered the ones for the Promaster, obviously. They were $250 Canadian plus GST. They come with English and French instructions. They came by FedEx. They took probably about 4 or 5 days, so not long. So let's get these out. They're well packed, very nicely packed. Okay, so the first thing I notice is that these are not metal. I don't know why I thought they were, but they're not. They're a very hard plastic, but they're not metal. They have a mesh screen in there, a nice fine mesh screen, so bugs won't be able to get in while you have these on, which is another benefit of having them on the windows. And I like that they're kind of screwed together versus just glued. So there's a bit more durability built in there. But yeah, they seem really sturdy. I don't know if you can see the logo there, Screes. And I like how deep these louvers are, which means that there's less chance of water getting in. And what you'll notice is that, I don't know if you can see that, is that the screen, the edge here, there's this, how do I explain it? Where this was bent up, the edge of this was here, but behind it, they've got this other piece. The edge of this cutout is not where the edge of the frame is, if that makes sense, which means that there's less likelihood for water to get in just from coming down here. So that's good too. Looks pretty straightforward. This is going to fit up into the gasket on the top of the window where your window would normally go. There is a groove here that fits over your window, and then you set it in there and you put your window up. So let's get into the driver's side and give these a try. Keys. Okay. Let's get these in here so I can put my windows up and down. Sorry about that. All right, so pretty straightforward. That's backwards. Read the instructions. The vents go out. I'm probably going to cut that out. You take it with the vents pointing out and you set it in there. Snug it over to this side so that this edge is in there, because otherwise there will be a bit of a gap there. Because it's tucked up into this gasket, and there is about, I'd say, a 1/2 inch overlap over the lip of the window, that sucker's not going anywhere. Because it certainly will be nice to be able to have air circulation in here without worrying about water getting in and also bugs getting in. Because I do have these other covers, and I'll show you those right now, but they don't work very well, but I'll show you what I mean. Last summer, I saw these on Amazon, and I bought them, and what they are is basically little mesh, or fairly big size mesh covers. And what they do is they go over, let me show you, they don't go over the window, they go over the whole door. And I bought the biggest size I could, but I couldn't find size big enough for the van. But I did buy the biggest size I could. So they basically go over the edge of your door, but you pull them down as far as you can. Whoop. They're, like I say, they're kind of a pain, but they were the best that I could find at the time, the best idea I could find at the time. Okay, so then you close your door and you have this mesh. The problem is that you have this gap. And so if I put this window down, there is lots of gap for bugs to get in. Obviously it doesn't protect from the rain, but it doesn't even really protect from bugs. So what I was doing last summer was I grabbed some cards and I shoved them in here and in here, and it just to snug this tight. I suppose you could also put clips along here to snug that tight, and it would keep the bugs out. And it was inexpensive. I'll link them down below if it's something that you want to buy, because you could put little clips here that would hold it snug enough, I think, though bugs still might be able to get through here. But the problem is it doesn't protect from rain, and even bug protection, because if you put clips here, it's still loose over here. And so you'd still want to tuck something there. You're MacGyvering quite a bit. Whereas with that situation, you are secure, and you have both wind or rain and bug protection. This is something I would leave on if I was going into a store or something like that. It was really hot and I wanted to make sure that there's some air circulation in here, but I wanted it open more than just the little crack at the top. And so I do think those are a heck of a lot better than this situation here. But in a pinch, you could make this work. Like I say, if it was just for, oops, come back up here. If it was just for when you're parked at your campground, you didn't want to spend a lot of money, I would probably just put some clips along here so that I could have my windows open and not spend a bunch. And it would probably be good enough. Some really determined mosquitoes might be able to get in here. But maybe you could put magnets. I tried that, but the magnets really wouldn't stay. Anyways, it was a lot of MacGyvering, but for an inexpensive option, this would work. And if you have a smaller vehicle, this will probably work better because it would come down further, because on the Promaster, these windows are huge. And so this doesn't come down all the way. So I've got that in. I'm going to put this one in as well. And then I'm going to just see what happens when it does rain a little bit later. I think these are going to work really well. They're not metal. I kind of wish they were, but I'm not sure how much of a difference that will make. At least I don't have to worry about them rusting in the rain. And that plastic is pretty hard plastic. So I think it'll be okay. It's overcast. I've never been so excited for gray skies before in my life, I think, but it's overcast. And I've put the vents in the van windows. This is what they look like from the outside. I'm not sure if I showed you guys that before. So let's hope that that all does what it's predicted to do, and it rains and we can see how these work. It's rained a bit, not a lot, but enough that I'm just going to see how dry things are in there, because I really don't want to leave these things on overnight, because apparently it might snow. Well, nothing's wet. I think what we've got here are some very useful items for the van. I'm going to store them in a bag in the storage area that's just up here. And I think they're really going to work out. Like, it's very, there's a lot of airflow in here. It's actually quite chilly, again, because it might snow tonight. I just wanted to do the final bit of this video to show you how these things had worked out. They were obviously super easy to install. There's really no installation. Just put them in right on the right side. Make sure you put the vents facing out, not in like I did the first time I tried putting them in. So apparently you do need to read the instructions. Anyways, this gives me some security, keeps the bugs out, kept the rain out, so I think it's going to be fantastic. So anyways, that's the review. I hope you found it useful. Like I say, they're a Canadian company from Quebec, from what I can remember when I ordered them. But they were super fast. I think they're really nice, high quality. And I know I'm going to be really grateful that I have them this summer when I'm out. Because if this summer is anything like last summer, it's going to be a hot one. And I don't want to not be able to get airflow. And that's one of the things about having 3 of these openings, is that you're going to get a lot of airflow while still being protected. Hope you enjoyed the video. And remember, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week.